as both teams made their way out of the tunnel, these folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Los Angeles Rams. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Here we go. 180. Check back 21. Let's go one more.
They'll run for the first time here with Brown. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They run the counter. It's Brown, and he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll run it now out of the gun, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
They'll run. This is Brown. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
180. 21, check back 21. Hey, come on.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They're going to go for it. It's Goff. They got a man. It's Woods. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting the tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Goff now to throw. The open man is Smith. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. You think back to the Super Bowl against New England. The Rams never even got into the red zone in that game, and now here they are in the red zone on their opening drive with a first down. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball behind us, you're crazy. They have really moved it well on this drive, and they want to finish it off the same way.
They'll give it here to Brown. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Malcolm Brown, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Rams take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point up and through. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now the Auburn product, Corey Graham, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. On second down now, it's Grant, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Bravo.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And boy, down a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field.
26, Mike. 26, Mike. I got you.
They do go for it. It's Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Floyd. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Just 1 tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter.
Go, 12, go.
On first down, Brown. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Malcolm Brown Brown with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Hey, 4 down. 26.
From the 25 on second down. Wentz nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season.
Check 26, check 26. Check 15, check 15.
On third and long, it's Wentz. Deep ball for Goodwin. He's got a man, complete. 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Marquise Goodwin, 81 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Oh, well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
They are going for it. Goff. They find some open field here. Try to get it to Woods. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
They'll run on first down. Grant gets past him at the 10. And he's brought down. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal.
Check. Fragner. He's checking. 22 jet bomber. He's coming. Double up. He's coming, double up. Shoot. Showing it. Switch.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
At the 3-yard line.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Watch twist. Watch twist. Whip. Watch the whip.
They'll try to run with Sanders. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. The tally there, -2 yards. Brings up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now Wentz. They're going to set up the screen here. This is Grant. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Corey Grant with touchdown number 7 on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Elliott good with a PAT. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jannard Avery. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Johnny Hacker now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
From midfield, here's Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. This is caught by Jackson. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Watch the run. Back. Check 3.
There to make the tackle, Samson Abuka.
Tackled by Samson Abuka.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. Now this time Wentz will throw. He lets this one fly toward the back, and that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz, and the Eagles have taken the lead. The PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there, and this will stay a 6-point ball game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go! Let's go!
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
It's just me and you.
Gone. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath, nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. This time they stay on the ground, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
We own it. Wall, get wall. Hey, switch gears. Check 31. Tighten up.
They go back to Grant. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Safe. Check 52. Check safety. Check 43.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
Check.
A gain of 16 yards and an Eagle first down.
Check 59. Mike is 59.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a third down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Go. You must get tired of seeing me. Hatchet. 81. Done.
Now Wentz on third down. It's caught by Jackson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
They will run with Grant. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
I got you, boy. Mike's 59. Focus, defense, focus. Kill. Turn up. Kill.
To throw, it's Wentz. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Aaron Donald in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him.
Third and long.
Eagles coming up here on a third and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Working from the gun, Wentz. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Love the effort there. I mean, to get a field goal block in this situation because they knew what was going on. They give up those 3 points there. It's now a 2-possession game.
Yeah, that really changes the complexion here in the second half, doesn't it?
It really does, and now you give your team more than a fighting chance and a little momentum. Terrific job by them setting the tone and picking up their defense.
It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be second and 11.
Brings up second and 11.
Block 20. Hey, kill. Check.
Right back to Brown. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox, and the Eagles are going to take over in great field position.
Here we go. Waiting. Watch the curve. List by two. Check it back. Watch out.
On first and 10, it's Sanders. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Check 99. Shoot. Watch the shoot. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Check 20. Sunday. 4 Tokyo.
Wentz now on first down. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Carson Wentz with touchdown pass number 4 on the afternoon. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
Well, after another passing touchdown, I don't think it'd be an understatement to say that he's in the zone, and I believe he likes it.
And here it's just a simple question of whether or not the ball broke the plane. Well, I said it's simple. It's not really that simple. This could be really complicated.
We would love for it to be simple, to know that it did actually cross the plane of the goal line. But as you described, it is a difficult call. All it takes is a portion of the ball crossing that line. Now the officials have to determine if that happened.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike the 59. Hey, keep it up.
They'll try and run it here. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A gain there of 12 yards and a first down LA. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go right back to the ground here, and Brown. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Check.
On 2nd down, it's Brown. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Here's Gall. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Here we go on 4th. Gone. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Five. Hey, Haywood.
Out of the gun. Goff. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Now Goff. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Goff throwing again. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Fletcher Cox in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Mills. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Goff gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Here's Goff. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take it on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They go ahead and snap it. Goff. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
14. Hey, Orbit.
Goff now to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
They'll try and run it in with Brown. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Malcolm Brown. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So they got one of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Joker.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Grant. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Corey Grant with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott now to add the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead.
Next to score, Eagles 33, Rams 21. Jake Elliott.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard
That's it,
line.
baby. We gon'
The
work.
Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's gone. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Kill. Go.
The Rams going for it on 4th. Gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Check the call. 41. Sunday. Let's go, Hattie.
Wentz to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cook.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Jannard Avery in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Goff. And that going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Now gone. And that is incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. This offense has gone for it 5 times already. They're now going to go for a 6th 4th down try. To throw is gone. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line.
Here we go, Pac-Man. 280! Double tight, double tight. Go, go. Double tight. Even. 4th down, even. Sponge. Hey, stand. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. 25, check 25. Slide.
On 1st down, Grant. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Elliott good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And the hands team for the Rams able to secure the football. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
On 3rd down, Brown. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Goff and his guys not coming off the field. They're going for this. On 4th down, Goff. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Goff. They'll get this one to Kupp, complete. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. From the red zone now, Goff. This will be caught at about the 6. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. To the air again, Goff. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. He's at the 50. He's at the 30, the 20, 10, 5, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick 6 TD. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick six for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick six in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
So we had action to the very end of this one. The score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and you know some coaches preach that and tell their teams that's what I want all the time, and they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for Philadelphia, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for L.A., it's a tough one to swallow as they drop back to 8-4 on the year, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.